Poetry and business. Two planets on different orbits. Planet business is hard, cold, dry, data grey and money green. An ordered planet of business rhetoric, of either or, of what is. Planet poetry is powerful, malleable, red hot and dangerous. A planet of potent beauty, of language plus, of either and, of what if. What if we intercept them, pull them together till they collide? What if we catalyze the power of both and watch their elements crystallize? What if we bring bards into boardrooms, writing workshops into warehouses? The energy released will melt rigidity, will spawn creative thinking and agility. Data will meld with feeling and heart. Business thoughts will explode beyond fact. The binaries of correct and incorrect will be shattered by the opportunity of multiple meanings. In our volatile universe of uncertainty and fake news, a new star will be formed, a safe space, re-energized, evolving, and unafraid of the unknown. Its inhabitants will be explorers, nimble, flexible, and confident, open and questioning. Trust, communication, and understanding will be their vital forces. They will be owners of the power of language and the truth that resides within it. Business with poetry. When planets collide, diamonds are formed.
I wear earbuds at work. Every time I start a job somewhere new, I have to go through the process of explaining to managers and co-workers that I am not, in fact, listening to music, audiobooks, podcasts, or the radio. I simply need them to block out the noise. It helps me to concentrate. But how do we block out the noise which doesn't come in through our ears when life is a wind tunnel in which we are battered by a constant, unending cacophony, emails, instant messages, Teams calls, Zoom, in-person meetings, deadlines, the phone always ringing, voicemail, Skype chat, not to mention having to keep up with all the social media feeds, Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, TikTok, X. Notifications come in thick and fast, all demanding attention, prioritization, delegation, impossible to keep it all straight. But wait, what if we could cancel that noise too? Ultimately, that might just be where we find our locus, that special thing which helps us to focus. There is a side door in the tunnel. If you open it, you'll find green fields, flowers, wispy clouds in azure skies, sunsets which set the universe on fire, birds of paradise, star-crossed lovers, the autumn moon, cool ocean tides, kestrels hovering, grit in an oyster slowly transforming into a pearl, lightning strikes, dragonflies, the feel of a snowflake on your tongue, the biting spring wind, unicorns, the blazing desert sun, shady groves, mayflies over mountain streams. The list goes on. Step through, slow down, breathe, take a moment. Feel the rain tapping you on the shoulder like a long-lost friend. When you step back inside the tunnel, you'll be amazed at just how clearly you're thinking.
Imagine this: a place where the dreamer, the poet, the executive all meet. Not a spreadsheet stitched with dreams, not a defeat of the self as a whole, but a melody so ancient it echoes your soul. There's a rhythm to what we do. Do you hear the magic ringing? Is it knocking on your door? Do you allow yourself to bring in the human? How can we fuse these fractures that have erupted within? Skin deep is the version showing up at the conference. No authenticity in meetings, a symmetry of the multitudes we hold. Can we grieve in silence when my heart wants to sing? What if the workplace were a canvas of safety, with a culture of bravery where we fortress our truths and we spill all that stares? At the seat at the table, we arrive as we are. We are here to make a change, innovate the ways as we know it, the mundane filled with softness and sunbeams. It's okay if we do not fit in. We are here to embrace all that lights us with purpose. Are we ready for the symphony to unfold? For these systems may change to bear all what is worth it. Slowly and surely, honing the craft of showing up truly, flowing like waves of a river, knowing no bounds, the small songs the awaiting artist wants to come out. What happens to business, what happens to world when these parts melt together? A transformation transcending, no longer waiting for what is permissive. A spark is all that we need for this soft revolution. In the blink of a moment, we come to fruition. We will rise from the depths from all of ourselves, dive into the unknown, unravel the pathways, reap all the fruits of the bold beyond molds that confine us. Tap into the layers of landscapes we've yet to hold.
Our creativity fosters innovation, and poetry itself nourishes connections, a fresh perspective. It makes life meaningful. It allows you to be heard. That's the power of spoken word. Even if you just want it wrote down, a chance to pause and reflect, to see the humanity, that's not something we should reject. It's a beautiful art that we all have in our heart. And then moving on to number 2. What can we do when the ability to be creative is literally educated out of us? How can we grow when we're taught to find the one answer through the one method? We create ideas without our fears, then reach a decision. In between that, there's the magic, the room for creativity. So let's nurture that space, foster our imagination, picture the kind of world that could be. Dearest open mic attendees, you have gathered here today to witness a marriage of poetry and business, 2 areas between which we are building a bridge. It may seem a little odd, not your average connection. Organisations and their people now hold a tool for reflection. There is so much more to this that poetry brings to the table. It nurtures our humanity when you give it a chance to be able. See the raw emotion stitched in words on paper or spoken. Ponder on the effects it's had, the doors it may open. The business world can be cold. It's a tale as old as time. But so much warmth can be enjoyed when you encounter a rhyme. So see the power that it holds, expressing yourself without condition. And let's celebrate this unity finally coming to fruition.
There is a gentle tap, waking me up from slumber, taken since days without number, beating a retreat from life's rigor, under the spells of an essence of being, enchanted by language reverberating deep within, speaking words of wisdom of what has always been. There is a sweet, soft voice calling ever so gently, circumnavigating well-made defenses, keeping pain off my senses. The ears of my soul has heard the deep call, the sigh of my soul has been restored. The wisdom of my feelings no longer ignored. There is a light touch, motioning to my reflection, shrinking from the stare of a stranger, caught in the mirror's frame. Seeing the same things, no longer the same. Not who I used to be, nor what has befallen me. Love the reflection I choose to see. There is a gentle invitation, beckoning to the light, exposing the hordes of darkness, doomed too scary to fight, healing my discovery of innate well-being, heart welcoming emotions morphed from foe to friend, reintroduction to my infinite wealth, reconnection to this unbroken self. There is a cloud of witnesses bearing a message so clear. We who have gone before our stories for you to share. The road may seem long and time slowly ticking along. The path is the way. The way is the path. Story and poetry, my wonderful guides.
At the intersection of metrics and meaning, we first found precarious passages, ropes and rickety planks. What could be measured strung against what must be felt? A business of trying to escape the words led to disrepair. An attempt to elevate self, sullied by a structure which seldom sought to support. Here in this liminal space, we watch spreadsheets crumble, as if the laws of commerce alone could ever bridge human experience. Yet poetry survived, a place of its own, making to thrive, where executives would never want to tamper. An attempt to find clarification in life, a stay against confusion. Yet both business and poetry draw from the same source. So we learn to lay stone upon stone, stacking our habits to find the moment of clarity. Humanity becoming our foundation as fluid intelligence flowed forward. Leaders pace these growing parapets, learning to read the structure, to sense solid standing of teams and timing, finding in verse the vigor to build through uncertainty, no longer reliant on crossing seas on their leadership. Innovation flows beneath, newly formed paths of possibility where creativity curves through conventional thinking. Each stone supports structures, offers fresh ways to see the familiar, forged in a foundry of fascination and finding new foundations. In coaching conversations, we walk time-worn flagstones together, footsteps, finding fragments of stories untold, discovering in shared silence the strength to be vulnerable. Our emotional literacy echoes before it dissipates, finding comfort in the crossing. Well-being molds the mortar between moments, holding space for healing, for breathing, for being. A sanctuary supported by pillars of patience and peace. This is how we learn to walk between wisdom and wonder, finding in verse the courage to be wholly present in our measured dance of doing and being. Each crossing leaves traces, invisible signatures of the poetic practice. A story, a semblance of semantics. We cross this intersection not in search of the answers, but to embrace the questions. The bridge built to belittle the binary offers a truth which finds a common crossing. Carved in the stone, a simple message, yet one which fails to fade. We are here. Who are you?